yeah, you'll find it.
Daydream with me, let your mind explore. All the things we were created for. Possibilities and open doors that keeps us reaching out for more. Sure that I'm not sure, knowing I don't know it. So I listen for my inner voice. Carry the winds, drown out the rain.
Hola, hola. Buenas noches, mi gente bella. Bienvenidos a mi canal de YouTube. Regresé con otro video. Yo soy David Monk. Yo soy maestro de español y de inglés. English as a second language. So I showed you guys like a day or like a 2-day week in my life as a high school Spanish and ESL teacher. I really didn't take any videos like inside of the class. I didn't record inside of the classroom, only to respect the privacy of my students, because that's not what you should be thinking about like when you're at work or a student is learning. But anywho, I'm just sitting here working on my upcoming week. So just a rundown. So this year, my school's leadership team has implemented something that's called Strong Start. So basically, this is the first 5 to 10 minutes of your class. How are you setting expectations? How are you being intentional? And how are you making the most out of time? Or at least that is my understanding of it. It is totally fine to be transparent. If you don't quite understand something, we're all learning and growing together. So each and every week, the leadership team is like in and out of our classrooms during like lessons. Your coach is usually accompanies the leadership team. My coach just so happens to be a part of the leadership team. She's an AP and she's the Department of the Spanish chair. So in that time, she's also giving me real-time feedback where she may notice something that could like potentially help me and to implement throughout the rest of my classes for that day. And I really appreciate that. So I'm just working on being intentional about that, how like the beginning of my class looks, so it sets precedence for the rest of my class. Now I teach 2 subjects. My first period is English as a second language, ESL or ELL. And then I teach 3 sections of Spanish 200. This is my first year teaching Spanish 200. This first quarter, we are working with the Spanish 100 curriculum only to bridge them into Spanish 200. So quarter 2, we're going to be implementing past tense, present tense, things like that, and making the vocabulary more rigorous. And Spanish 100, we were giving students like 3 vocabulary words a week, whereas now we will probably be moving up to about 5 to 6 vocabulary words. So I also wanted to just, do an updated Q&A of, my life as a Spanish teacher. And I also wanted to give a couple of shout outs and answer some questions. So this is a Q&A. So let's get into that. All right. So the first person I would like to answer and shout out is Shorty Tori. I just uploaded a vacation video, related. She had an educational related question. That's totally fine. You can, shameless plug, you can slide under my other videos to ask questions. So she says, hey David, what do you recommend for learning Spanish? Also, I'm glad to see you on your vacation. Looks like y'all are gonna have fun. I haven't finished the video yet. Big shout out to you, Shorty Tori. Yeah, so I did enjoy the vacation. You better finish that video too, girl. All right, so your question is, what do you recommend for learning Spanish? All right, so I would definitely invest in an English to Spanish dictionary. If you're inquisitive like I am, you like to implement the everyday like words that you're hearing. You like to implement that into your conversation, especially like if you're hearing these words, 9 times out of 10, the words that we use or the words that we hear are going to be the ones that we use. So it's beneficial. Me, I am functional. Like, hey, is this functional? It sounds good, but is this functional? So I definitely suggest that you get a Spanish to English dictionary. Get yourself a notebook, girl. Get yourself a notebook. Write down new words that you hear. Speak with heritage speakers. It is totally fine to speak with others who are learning the language, because you guys can like kind of like bounce ideas off of each other or learn and grow together. Number 2, the other thing, I'm sorry, this is actually 3. It was the dictionary, the notebook. 3 would be practice as much as you can with heritage speakers. I'm sorry guys, I'm speaking fast and I'm like kind of skipping over my words because I'm just trying to get this out so I can finish my word. 4, let me see. Your music, the music and the TV shows that you listen to, I recommend putting them in Spanish or whatever language you're learning. And then take some like online tests. Do some drills. I have a couple of websites I'm going to put down in the description box below so that you are able to make use of those. Use code David for 10% off. It's like, nah, I'm just manifesting. I'm actually not a partner of any type of like websites or anything. Alright, so I hope that helped. Shorty Tory. Practice makes permanent. Sorry for this lighting too. Another one, you commented, Destiny Lexi. Hey girl, you commented on my how I became a Spanish teacher, maestra de español, Q&A video. So Destiny said, or she asked rather, can you get a single subject credential in Spanish if you have a bachelor's degree in child development? So, single subject credential, can you like expound on that? Just comment under this, but I'm going to try to answer this the best way that I can. In order to teach a foreign language, you must have 30 credit hours in that language, or take some sort of test that proves that you are proficient in the language. But most states is that you have to have 30 credits in that language you're going to be teaching if you want a license. So I hope that helped. All right. Thank you, Destiny. The next one was from Rossi Galvin. Hey. Hello, David. I am so proud of you. I actually have a request. I'm trying to get the Spanish certification in New Jersey. Big shout out to you. I do have a BA in Spanish from King University. Shout out to King University. What test do I have to take in order to become a Spanish teacher in NJ? All right, so he has more than one question, or they have more than one question. I apologize. I want to use the right pronouns. So the first one is, what test do I have to take in order to become a Spanish teacher in NJ? All right, so you already completed your 30 credit hours. You have a degree in Spanish. You do have to take the praxis. I also have a video on that, so check that out. You do have to take the praxis. It has all 4 domains: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Again, I have a video. It shows me like in a car on my way to the testing site, me going to go take that 3-hour, almost 4-hour test. So you have to take the praxis. You also have to take what is called an oral proficiency exam. So it's basically like a phone conversation. It basically is a phone conversation where the interviewer is asking you a series of questions. It could be something as simple as ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué estás haciendo? ¿Cuál es la fecha de hoy? It just depends on the interviewer. Now, I'm assuming that they have a scripted, kind of like a script that they go off of, but I'm just throwing some stuff out there. And then the second part, can you please send me the steps you took to obtain a Spanish teacher certificate? Thank you so much, and God bless you. God bless you too. So again, I have a video. I will try to go more in depth because this seems to be a reoccurring question as to how I got my certification in Spanish, my Spanish cert. Good luck. And then the next one is from Katie. She commented on my how to use Nearpod to learn Spanish. Love this vibe. I'm a virtual teacher and I think I'm going to have about 400 students this year. Beep. I like the popcorn reading idea, but when they've never met in public, not many like to participate with mics or videos. We definitely have those students who are, excuse me. Ooh. We definitely have those students who are a little camera shy or they don't like really speaking up. That's what your teacher moves are for. That is what cold calling and warm calling is for. Cold calling is basically like, hey, you don't know I'm about to call on you, but you know the expectation, so you could get called on. All right, and that could, I feel like that can boost a student's pride, sense of pride in the language, honestly. And a warm call is just like, hey, you guys, I'm gonna call your name. You knew the expectation. We should all do this before we go into this practice. Ask any questions. And then that goes with like creating an inclusive environment and an environment that is conducive of making mistakes. Yo hablo español. Yo hablo español muy bien. Y yo tengo muchos años estudiando español. But I still make mistakes, and I'm very transparent with my students about that. That doesn't make them like not believe in me. It's just me being real. So you want to create an environment that is conducive to making mistakes. We're learning and growing together. So I hope that answered your question. Just be warm and inviting and let students know it's okay to make a mistake, because that is the only way you are going to learn, and it is going to stick. Oh, it's 9:39. I was looking at this. It says 6:34. I was like, wait, what? Catherine, yay, I like seeing a non-native Spanish teacher teaching Spanish. I want to do the same. I lived in Chile for 4 years. Big shout out to you, Catherine. I would love to hear more about your experience living in Chile. And yes, I am a non-heritage speaker. I just want to push you, instead of saying non-native, say like non-heritage. And we can get into that if you'd like to in another video. But yes, I am a non-heritage speaker. For those of you who are new to my channel, and I hope you guys consider joining me if you like my content. This is just like a brief, like informal video. But both of my parents are American that I know of. No one in my family comes from Central America, Latin America, any of that. I learned Spanish as a child. Many of my friends, my classmates, were ESL students. They only spoke Spanish, so that's kind of how I picked up on it and like where I'm from. So yeah, learning a language, you know, it is hard, but vale la pena. It's totally worth it. And think about how many people like you will be helping, because although a person is a heritage speaker, not everyone can teach language. Just like that would be a bad example because I teach English as a second language, and I'm pretty confident that I would be able to teach English, period. Not because it's my heritage language, but simply because I believe in routines and systems. I do believe that a person can be, I don't want to say trained, but given the tools necessary to teach and be dynamic and produce results, right? So yeah, shout out to you. So that is the end of this video. I'm going to continue doing my work, and I also have the meal prep. It is 9:41. But this is a short week. Today's Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. Yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow. I am coming up with a schedule for myself. Oh, this keeps coming unplugged on my phone. But yeah, guys, I hope that this was helpful, and let me know if you would like to see more videos like this, answering questions about becoming a Spanish teacher or an ESL teacher specifically, and obtaining that license. So yeah, and let me know if you'd like me to bring on some of my other co-workers who are going through the process right now. So bye guys. Oh, and another little tidbit is that a lot of schools may hire you initially and give you a year with one of their partner programs to obtain those credit hours or complete your portfolio, because I do know that in addition to the Pearson Praxis, you also have to submit it's a portfolio. I had to do it. Crap. It's a portfolio. When I think of the name, I will tell you guys. I'd like to do like a brief tutorial and like what that entails as well. I'm going blank. I really can't think of it, but I'll put it down in the description box below, because I know as soon as I turn off this camera, I'm gonna think of it. All right, my little monster has to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna take him out, finish my work, and then I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys.